Hello friends, this is Raj Sasi from Raj Option Trading. Today is October 1, 2021. So we'll talk about top software stocks. So we'll talk about Rule of 40, stocks with the sales growth and gross margin and nice performance. And also stocks with the heavy insider and institution buying. And we'll cover high short ratio software stocks and few stocks for the option junkies. So with that, let's jump in and get started. Before we get started, let's look at futures market and see how futures are trending. So with that, let's go to Thinkorswim from TD Ameritrade. So as you look through here, we got futures market here. S&P 500 is pointing to a little bit higher opening, as you can see here. We have down days in S&P 500, last 2 weeks or so here. And now there is a little bit bounce, as you can see here, which is normally expected. We will see how it goes. I like the way this candle is being formed right now. We got a top heavy here and VIX, which is long on the downside. This is a little bit bullish sentiment, unlike the VIX here where it's a bottom heavy, so which is really a little bit bearish indicator. So with that, right now I like the setup here, but it's changing as we know. We'll see how it goes. Be careful. Market is a little bit volatile, as you can see here. And as you scan through here, Nasdaq futures, it's also turning positive. It indicates we may have a little bit up high day here today. It may be a little bit positive. Same story, the VIX, as you can see here, top heavy. That tells you we might have a little bullish day today. We'll see how it goes. And then turning to Dow Jones Industrial Average, similar story here. After a couple series of bad days here, we have a positive opening. We'll see how it goes. And we got Russell 2000 here, small cap stocks, similar story. We got a little bit higher opening here. We'll see if that holds. And turning into the defensive area where we have bonds. So as we scan through here, so bonds, as we see here, it's showing some signs of improvement last couple days here. With that, as we go into the rates here, rates are really jumping higher. As rates are going higher, this was putting pressure on the stock market here. Right now we got a little bit negative tick in the rates. That might help the stock market a little bit. But as inflation fears come into play, there will be some impact on the high growth stocks. As you know, many of the growth stocks had multiple expansions, and we got to watch out a little bit because as the rate increases, these growth stocks can give back some of those gains. And then we got here crude oil. Crude oil is really a rocket ship. Last couple of days it's the trading range. I would wait to buy some of these stocks, let them come down a little bit, and then you can buy stocks like Chevron, Exxon, ConocoPhillips, EOG, and so on and so forth. And then we got gold here. Gold, I think it's good to buy now. Look for some down days and buy quality gold names like A. Barrick Gold. You could also buy GLD, GDXJ, which is Gold Miner Junior, and so on and so forth. I think gold is a good place to be in. I would wait for a little downtick. As you can see here, we had a very good candle here yesterday. Gold has done well. I would wait for a little bit downtick here and buy some gold. So with that, let's jump in here, go into our top software stocks. As you know, software is doing great. As a quote goes, software eats hardware. This is where all the software companies and subscription revenue companies, they're doing great, and they're really pushing hardware play into a commodity play. All the intelligence is in the software. That's where we have to invest in great software names and go from there. So here I got here top software stocks that satisfy Rule of 40. Rule of 40 is where you got sales growth quarter over quarter plus gross margin handily beats 40. Those are the signs of a great software company, or a great company for that matter. So we'll look at few of those names and see if it's worth buying at these levels. Top of the list, we got RIOT Blockchain here, a crypto stock. As you can scan through here, we got great 1 year performance. we have 831% performance in 1 year. That's a tremendous amount of performance in 1 year. As you scan through here, the list is sorted by 1 year performance. Stock on the top here has done great in 1 year. From there, it's in a descending order. So Riot blockchain, especially at these levels, I would be a buyer. The recipe is really, as you can see here, rule of 40, where the sales growth plus gross margin greater than 40 satisfies tick, and high short ratio and low RSI. So tick, we got here high short ratio, which is 21, and low RSI 31. That's also check. And we got here we got one more here where there's institution buying or insider buying. Again, it's also a check. So we got triple check here with rule of 40, high short ratio, and insider or institution buying. So I would say, selectively, keep buying Riot blockchain into this downturn. All the crypto stocks are down big. This offers a good value here with the it's with the good growth, as you can look through here, and high short ratio and high institution buying. And then we got few more here. We got GDYN, a small stock here, $29 and $1.8 billion company here. Similar story. We got nice sales growth here. Satisfies rule of 40 handily. And as you scan through here, in this one we don't have a short ratio, but stock is down. RSI is relatively low here. And as you scan through here, both Riot blockchain as well as GDYN, both are showing some improvement in the near term that tells you stock can turn around here. And we got few more stocks. MicroStrategy, again a great crypto play. This stock also has institutions buying, as you can see here. This is also a triple whammy here. We got rule of 40, and we got high short ratio and low RSI, as well as institution buying. So that's why it could be good to buy MicroStrategy into this weakness here. Stock is showing some turnaround in the near term. So I would slowly buy into MicroStrategy also. And then we got a few more names here. We got III, $7 stock, very small price, and market cap is also low. Satisfies rule of 40 handily, as you can see here. And stock is showing some turnaround in near term after pulling back. So I would look at III also. As you can scan through here, low RSI. That's a good sign here. And I love Sprout Social. I know we have a lot of folks who buy into Sprout Social. It's a great stock and great growth story here. As you scan through here, handily beats rule of 40 here, and stock is sold off in the near term. Low RSI, which is around 46 here. I would slowly buy into Sprout. It's one of the great stocks. It's in the social networking area. And then we got few more here. Lightsp, Rimini, and so on and so forth. Same methodology here. The stocks where you see here green highlight here, are all these stocks satisfy rule of 40. I would look into these, and especially I love stocks like Cloudfl here. It's a great software stock. It's in the cybersecurity area. As you can see here, handily beats rule of 40 here. Low RSI. That's when you scoop up a great quality stock like Cloudfl here. And we got here stock like CALX. I love Bill.com. I also like Fortinet, which is also into cybersecurity. And Workiva here, great fintech play. I would love to buy this one also here. Satisfies rule of 40. And we got Gartner. I love Gartner. Typically, I like to buy Gartner when they really mess up badly after a quarterly earning. This stock has done repeatedly after the quarterly earning. Many times stock drops, very big time, or stock goes higher. So right now, as you see Gartner here, stock is pulling back a little bit here. RSI is low. You could selectively buy Gartner, or you could also wait for quarterly earnings. This stock is very unpredictable around the quarterly earnings. And then you got few more great stocks. I love stocks like HubSpot, DAVA, Domo, Team, all my favorite stocks here. And Wipro, Indian IT stock has come down drastically off late. I would buy into Wipro at these levels. Very low price stock, as you can see here, has done 91% in 1 year, even after this drop here. I would look into Wipro also. So with this, these are the great stocks for you fundamental investors. You could buy into these quality stocks when they're down. As you can see, RSI is relatively low. These are the great stocks to invest and hold it for a while. And sometimes you get triple whammy here or a double whammy where stock has got satisfies rule of 40, low RSI, high short ratio, as well as insiders or institution buying, where you have all the three cells highlighted. That's always good. And sometimes you got two cells highlighted here, as you can see in MongoDB, one of my favorite stock here. It's got rule of 40, as well as it's got a high short ratio, as you can see here, and low RSI. That's also a good candidate for a short squeeze. As usual, look into short ratio also. That can give you some short term or a swing trading type opportunities, especially on these stocks where RSI is low. So this is for you fundamental investors. You could really buy these stocks. Don't worry about too much day in and out what happens. These are quality stocks at a bargain price. Satisfies rule of 40 handily. Next, we look at one more list here. This is the list of stocks where there is a heavy insider or institution buying. Again, top software stocks. As you can scan through here, look at this column here. We got institution buying. All these stocks, software stocks, have got nice institution buying or insider buying or both. So that's what I like about these stocks here. Even though they are at a fair value, meaning RSI is lower, I've only selected those here. As you can see here, they've got great support from institutions or insiders. That's typically a catalyst for the stocks. When insiders or big institutions are buying, that tells you they're committed to the stock. They want company to succeed. So with that, as you scan through here, it's also sorted by 1 year performance. Many of these stocks have been great performers, as you can see here, and some are not doing that great. That's when these insiders and investors come in and buy their own stocks here. So with that, we talked about RIOT blockchain, MicroStrategy, great stocks, triple whammy, as you can see here, ticks rule of 40, and high short ratio, low RSI, as well as institutions buying. So all great stocks. And many folks have been asking me about Spear, NEANY. As you can see here, right now stock is coming into the buy territory with the institutions buying heavily and a high short ratio here. You could scoop slowly into this NE here with the low float, as you can see here. And we got few more stocks here. We talked about MongoDB already, one of my great stocks here. You could also look at other great stocks like PAR here, triple whammy, as you can see here, or Okta. Even Okta is a great stock. I love Okta. Founder is from Salesforce.com, ex-exec. So I would buy into Okta also into this weakness here. As you can see here, satisfies rule of 40 handily. And also we got institutions buying. That's a nice combo here. And Palantir also coming to buy territory here. I would slowly scoop into Palantir at these levels. I love this company also. It's misunderstood by Wall Street at these levels. And as you scan through here, we got a few more. I will not go through all the stocks here, but we got Kingsoft here. Also, as you can see here, rule of 40 satisfies handily, and also we got your high institution buying. And we got CleanSpark here. This has got a nice combination here. It satisfies all these three criteria. Rule of 40, check. High short ratio, low RSI, check. As well as institutions and insiders both buying. So that's a great scenario here. I would scoop into CleanSpark here with this triple whammy combo here. It's a great play to buy right now. And then we got few more, for you. We got here Latch, which is high short ratio, high short ratio here, as you can see here. So as you can see here, we got a short ratio, which is scan through here. I think latch is really institution buying, so that's a good story. Stock has been beaten down so much. I think it's good to buy some latch here. And we got Sentinel, one of my favorite stock. I would love to buy Sentinel at these levels. It's a great stock into cyber security. And we got Ring Central. In a nutshell, all these stocks have got great insider support or institution support, and it at a fair value with the RSI lower, as you can see here. So I would buy into any of these stocks here and go from there. If you are a little bit fundamentally inclined investor, look at the stocks where we got green in the fundamentals or ticker symbol here, or we got here both sales quarter over quarter and gross margin handily beats the rule of 40, where we have both cells highlighted in green background. So with that, this is really for for the folks who want good companies with a solid rule of 40, fundamentally great companies, and also insider or institution buying, which is again a catalyst. And sometimes you also get short ratio, heavy short ratio in those stocks, and low float. That's really a triple whammy. So I would urge you to look at some of these stocks here and buy slowly. There is a lot of noise in the stock market. I think this is where you have to sort out the winners from the losers and go after the winners at a fair value. Next, we got here stocks with the heavy short ratio. Many of you want to really trade stocks with a heavy short ratio. What I have done is I have looked at heavy short ratio from a software stocks perspective and also made sure RSI is not too high. I don't want you to get burnt and buy these heavy short ratio software stocks when the RSI is high, meaning when it's really overbought. Instead, focus on these stocks when the RSI is a little lower. Here I got a list for you swing traders, who really want to have the thrill of swing trading in and out. That's where these stocks will come into play. Your time frame could be, say, weeks or couple days. These stocks with a high short ratio and low RSI that can really help you and sizzle your portfolio. We already talked about few stocks here like Riot, MicroStrategy, and so on and so forth. We got more lists here. One of my favorites here, BT, which is really a Bitcoin stock here, Bit Digital, and even Rapid7, great stocks here. And Shift 4 is a fintech stock, has been down off late. You could look at these names here. A lot of my favorite names are here. So look at these names here, and buy some of these companies. They're at a great price, great bargain price right now for you to buy slowly. And now we'll go into next area. This is for you option junkies. I've been getting the question, hey, when do I buy and sell options? So here we'll go into quickly, what stocks we can sell put options. I know many folks who are really making a living selling put options under the current stock price and collect a nice premium. And when you do that, you got to make sure you look at and buy the strike price properly and look at the selection perspective. Select the stocks properly as you sell put options underneath the stock price. So typically what I love to do is I love to look at RSI. When the RSI is low, as you can see here, these are all below 30, that tells you stock is oversold. When the stock is oversold, there is a good potential that stock will go higher. And because you're a put option seller in here, you want to make sure IV percentile is high, especially above say 45 or so. That way you can make money with the premium. So these stocks here have the winning combination of low RSI below 30 here and high IV percentile above 45. So I would take advantage of these names here and sell some put options. And if you're a fundamental investor, look at the stocks where you have nice quarter over quarter sales growth and gross margin. These are the great stocks. Stocks will really fundamentally sound companies. Right now they're in a situation where there is a high IV percentile and RSI is low, meaning stock is sold off. You could take advantage and really sell some put option beneath the stock price. Or if you're a little bit cautious, you can sell some put spread beneath the stock price and make some money that way. As I told you, many folks who are really conservatively selling put options and making money that way, whether the stock market goes higher or sideways. Typically put option selling makes money, so that's where you can be conservative. If you don't want to sell put options outright, you could sell some put spreads also. So with that, next is really for you who are really want to buy put options. You're a little bit afraid of the market. You don't know where the market will go, but you want to hedge yourself. So this is when you buy put options really to hedge yourself and also make some money, as the stock falls down. So look at these names here. The way to sell put options is to look at stocks which are overbought, meaning people have bought those stocks. Stock prices have gone up tremendously. So that's indicated by RSI here. I have made sure all these RSI levels are greater than 60. That tells you, these stocks are in the overbought territory, and probably they might pull back a little bit. And then we got IV percentile, which is low. As an option buyer, here you are a put option buyer, you don't want to pay too much premium. That's why look at the stocks where IV percentile is low and RSI is high. Those are the candidates you can selectively buy some put options above the current stock price and make some money as the stock comes down. So take a look at this and see if it makes sense to you. And don't buy too much too much quantity. Trade slowly. Maybe start with a single lot and go slowly. And next we got here, I know a lot of people who love to buy call options. I also love to buy call options, especially say below above say 70 delta or so. Here we got great stocks. You can buy the call options. The way it's organized is I wanted to make sure when you buy call options, you want to make sure RSI is relatively low. As you scan through here, all these stocks have got low RSI, below 35 or below 40 or so. The lower the RSI, typically it's better. You can expect a higher bounce. And I also made sure IV percentile is low, so that way when you buy call options, you don't pay too much money, because premium should be low. So IV percentile relatively low here, below 30. That tells you you're not going to pay too much premium as you buy these call options. As usual, all these stocks have got rule of 40 here. So when you buy call options, you want to make sure these are fundamentally sound companies, not one-trick ponies. That's why the list is sorted by great rule of 40 stocks here, and low RSI and low IV percentile. So that way you can sort through all this Wall Street gibberish and really buy quality stocks. You could even buy call options or even buy stock outright. So with that, next we got top software stocks. This is where some folks want to sell call options. So here you can employ that strategy here. So as you can scan through here, when you sell call option, you want the stocks to be overbought, meaning you want stock to come down, and you want a little bit higher IV percentile. I would say right now ignore this list because I see here IV percentile is low. Ignore this list. I will go into a different spreadsheet and show you better names here. So with that, I will quickly swap through, take you into a spreadsheet so we can look at the top software stocks to sell call options. So we'll quickly go into this spreadsheet here as a scan through here. So we got RSI, which is higher. This is when we want to sell call options. And as you scan through here, let's go in here and look at the IV percentile here, and we want IV percentile to be a little bit lower. So what I would do is really I would come here and we got sell call options and we got true here. Instead, I will just select everything here, and what I will do is I will really go in here and look at IV percentile. I want this IV percentile to be really low, so I could just do a quick um, filter here on the IV percentile, and voila. So I could select some higher IV percentile here, choose greater than say 50 here. That should do it. And I also want a lower RSI. I could do a filter on this guy here and select a low RSI. I would say 30. I would prefer such scenarios. As you scan through here, I will also do a quick one on this. That's above 50. And this guy here, put a filter. Oops, I'll do a filter on both. It didn't like it. There you go. I think this is much better. RSI, we want it to be less than, we want it to be more, greater than 50 here. So that way, or even 60, we want stock which are high RSI perspective, and IV percentile should be low. So let's go in here and say less than, or actually we are, let's see here, we are actually selling the call. Because we are selling the call, we want IV percentile to be higher. We want to get in more money here. So what I would do is I would go in here, say IV percentile greater than, I would say 45 would be a good number. So with that, if you want to sell call option, you could right now look at Oracle here. You could get some good premium here with the high RSI. It tells you stock is really overbought at this level. Probably might come down a little bit. And IV percentile is high, meaning even if you sell some call option above, you will make some money. Be careful on this call option selling. Instead of selling call option outright, you might even sell a call spread, so that way you're not overexposed. So with that, let's quickly go in here and maybe look at one or two more stocks. So with that, let's go into RIOT blockchain and look at a stock chart here and see if it's worth buying. So let me quickly go here to a bigger chart here and pull up RIOT blockchain. There we go. So as you look through RIOT blockchain here, I love this company. Stock has been going up and down right now with all the crypto news, China banning the crypto and so on and so forth. Stock has been dropping a lot. IV percentile is very low. RSI is also low. Great time to buy the stock. Right now, as you can see, your stock is completely bearish. In the DMI chart here, as you can see here, the blue line is below red line. Distance is pretty significant. That tells you chart is ugly right now. Stock is bearish, trying to turn around slowly. This is when I scoop up and buy some of these quality names slowly and start accumulating. So with that, thank you very much. Happy investing and trading. Trade safely.